These days, it can be hard to trust the media. What's true, what's fake, and who is behind the message? I'm a freelance journalist and videographer who has spent years studying the media. Now I'm taking a look at what local, regional, and national news stories mean to us here in North Central Washington. I'm Dominick Bonny, and this is Common Sense. Hello and welcome to Common Sense. I'm Dominick Bonny, and in this episode, we're going to meet Frank and Evan Cohn. Evan has special needs, and while his mother and Frank's wife, Patty, is at work, the two spend a lot of time together, building Lego sets, getting out for fresh air, and hanging out while Frank practices a hobby he has become really good at over the years, photography. He's one of the best nature photographers in the Wenatchee Valley, and I am frequently in awe of the images he captures. We'll get to that interview with Frank and Evan in a minute, but before we do, I'd like to update you on a couple of stories I've been following up on. First, the drama in the Chelan County Community Development Department. If you're a regular viewer of this show, you'll know I have been following the developments in that department after Planning Commissioner Ryan Kelso almost lost his seat on the planning board after employees of the planning department alleged he abused his power in a way that constituted a conflict of interest. The Chelan County Commissioners, in a split vote, retained Kelso on the board, and in the immediate aftermath, the department's director, Jim Brown, announced his resignation, citing issues with a single county commissioner as the main reason for his departure. I reached out to Brown with a request for an interview, or at least a statement from him about the matter, but he declined, saying in an email that he's not currently doing any interviews about the topic. So we'll put a pin in that for now, but I do plan on revisiting this topic because there's more to this story, and it's a story that every taxpayer and property owner in Chelan County has a right to know. The other story I told you I would follow up on in the last episode, which was episode 56, titled Rock Steady, for those of you who want to look it up on NCWLIFE.com, was the bizarre tale of a grocery store clerk at Ernie's Market in Wenatchee who refused service to Dr. Peter Rutherford. The clerk actually filmed a selfie video about kicking Rutherford out of Ernie's right after she did and posted it to Facebook. That video, not surprisingly, got a lot of attention locally. So I reached out to Ernie's Market via email and didn't hear back. I called the market and left a message but didn't hear back. I even got the cell phone number of the manager, a woman named Patty, and left a voicemail for her asking if Ernie's management or ownership would like to make a statement or issue an apology to Dr. Rutherford. I have not heard back. So I have done my due diligence here and given the folks at Ernie's ample opportunities to go on the record about why they kicked Dr. Rutherford out of their store. At this point, the failure to respond and communicate about the incident is a message in and of itself, is it not? So take what you will from the fact that the management and owner of Ernie's has not responded to my multiple requests for comment on this matter. I am still curious about the incident though, so if you're watching, Patty, call me back and fill me in. Now let's go to the home of the Cohn family in Wenatchee and meet Frank and Evan and learn about what it's like to be a caregiver to an adult child with special needs. How old are you, Evan?
Yep, you're 32.
32.
32.
That's great.
He's going to be 33 on February 12th.
Ah, February 12th. So your birthday's coming up.
Yep.
Nice. Well, this would be kind of a nice little birthday
Yes.
kind of thing. And where were you born?
Evan, you were born in Seattle.
Okay.
And he was born on February 12th, but his due date was May 4th.
I see.
So he was 11 and a half weeks early.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. And when did you guys move to Wenatchee, or you just...
I've lived here all my life.
Lived here all your life.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Except for a couple years that I spent in L.A. Patty and I moved down to L.A. for a couple years.
Oh, I see. Okay. And you're retired now?
Yes, I am retired now.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And so what did you do, I guess, full time, before you retired?
My last job is I worked for I worked in the Chelan County Planning Department.
Oh, okay.
And I got laid off in 2009.
I see. Okay. And so what has kind of occupied your time since then?
Taking care of Evan,
Yeah.
and just kind of being around the house.
Yeah. Well, and you're also a photographer.
I'm a photographer, yes.
Not so amateur, but really high quality. But
well, thank you. Yes.
It's kind of your hobby, or do you sell?
I do not sell. I've tried to sell, and I've not had much luck at it. So I like to go out and take pictures. So.
Yeah. And is that something you and Evan do together?
We do. Actually, we go out, not so much right now with everything going on, but we do go out and Evan sits in the car. I get out and take pictures. And,
Yeah.
so sometimes if the weather's nice, he'll get out with me. But otherwise, he'll sit in the car.
Yeah, I think I've been out on the Loop Trail, and me and my wife have been walking, and we've seen you guys down in the summertime.
Yeah, when the weather's nice.
When the weather's nice, yeah.
When the weather's nice,
sure.
yeah. So
For sure. And so, can you tell me, maybe Evan, Frank, you can tell me about this Lego, and just off camera, and I'll get some shots maybe before I go of some of these Lego builds that you guys have done.
Oh,
But
okay.
This Lego thing that you guys have together.
well, it's something that Evan is successful at,
Yeah.
and he likes to do. When you go around, you'll see a lot of Star Wars stuff. We try to do the Star Wars stuff. We have the Harry Potter stuff in his room, and then when Christmas and birthdays come around, we kind of look at the Lego sites and see what we can find. And because, like I said, it's something he's successful at. He needs a little help, but not much. So
Wow. And these are like really complicated.
Lego is more complicated than you realize, or at least than I realized. They're solidly built. So
Yeah, for sure. And so, what's the biggest Lego that you guys have done together?
I would say it's the space shuttle. So that one, I think that one was over 2,000 pieces.
Wow.
We did the Saturn V rocket too, and the interesting thing about that to me was there was 1,969 pieces to the Lego, and that's the year we landed on the moon. So, okay, so
wow.
that's all.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was by design.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So.
I'm sure. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Nice little Easter egg. And so, what are you working on now, Evan, as far as Legos?
We're working on my daughter and her husband got Evan they're called blockheads. It's the new Mandalorian and I don't think it's Yoda. It's Gogru
Yeah.
and that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, very cool.
So we get out the parts and we lay them all out by color, and then we do that. So
Yeah.
and we take longer. You get a little book, and we take longer than it. We do about 15 or 20 minutes a day. So it stretches it out a little bit.
Very cool. So you're always kind of working on.
We're always kind of working on it. And the other thing we do is we play. There's the game Sorry. We play Sorry occasionally, and we do jigsaw puzzles too.
Wow.
And we usually do that after lunch, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And how long have you guys been into this Lego thing? Where did this come from?
Oh, that's a good question. We've been doing it for at least 2 or 3 years, maybe longer. It just was something that kind of came up, and we started. I think we started small. Patty brought Lego from the school, and so we started doing that way. And then we got more into you can look online and find things you want to do. We keyed in on Harry Potter and Star Wars. Those are it was very popular with Evan.
Yeah, very cool. So you like Star Wars and you like Harry Potter.
You can answer, Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen all the movies?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I like both Star Wars and Harry Potter too. I remember when the books were coming out. I read each one.
Oh, I do too. I remember going to. Were you here when Hastings was here?
I was. Yeah.
At the bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
and we, Aaron and I would go to the midnight release parties and get the books. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I miss Hastings actually.
I do too.
They had Legos there too, and comic books. And
Everything, yes.
All the good stuff. Very cool. So, let's see. I asked you what you're working on now. Well, yeah. I guess as the caregiver of an adult person with special needs, what are some, I guess, lessons that you've learned throughout this experience of being a parent?
Well, especially with Evan, I think the lessons I've learned is routine. Routine is kind of paramount to what we do. I kind of alluded to that. I try to make every day like every other day, and so Evan's very he likes a routine. He gets up at a certain time. We have a certain breakfast, and that's the thing. So when something upsets that routine, he doesn't get emotional about it, but you can see it change sometimes like that.
Yeah.
Or if he gets sick or something like that, that kind of that messes up the routine. But we're all about routine here. So
Yeah.
that's the lesson I get from this. So.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. And how has the whole COVID pandemic era impacted that?
Well, it has impacted it. I think it's mostly me. I tend to worry. If you ask my wife, I do worry about everything, and so I've kind of gone into this isolation mode with him. Evan does have a small heart condition, and so that's kind of on top of that. So we're all about mask wearing and vaccination and distancing and staying away from most group settings. So
Sure.
almost all group settings. So
Sure. And what before COVID, what did the social aspect look like? Was he getting more socialization?
oh, he was getting quite a bit more socialization. There's a group up in Leavenworth called Upper Valley Connection. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I think I've heard of it.
They do sports. They do the theater camp in the summer, and they did theater camp last year, but it was outside, so that was different. But he was participating in soccer, baseball, basketball, and those are the main ones. And he does Special Olympics Nordic skiing. So.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do Nordic skiing again this year, and there's a lot of protocols in place already for that. So
Yeah, and that's outdoors too.
that's outdoors.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
open air. That's great. Well, that's too bad that they couldn't keep
Mhm.
on that. Hopefully soon. we can get
Soon.
back to that. Yeah.
Evan's done well with the pandemic. He likes being at home. He spends a lot of time in his room, and so right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so.
That's great. What advice, I guess, would you have for other parents, maybe younger people, who have young children with special needs? What advice would you give to them?
Well, I hit on the routine thing. There's things you don't get to do your life changes. But if you have kids, your life changes anyway.
Sure.
There's things you don't get to do. I think that's kind of carries through with someone with special needs, and you're gonna find that you get to know your child, that you're gonna have to. There's certain different things you have to do beyond maybe what you have to do with a normal child.
Sure.
I hate using that word, but
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's the thing. So.
Absolutely.
But that's you get to know your child and find out what their needs are, and you go from there. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a day to day. I always say parenting is kind of a fly by the seat of your pants thing. There are books out there, but there's no real guidebook for parenting.
It's totally
That's the way I feel anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And everybody I've ever spoken with who has been a parent has, even the most well prepared type A personalities say, "Oh, I read all the books." Nothing prepared me for the
Nothing
real deal
prepares you
for that
so.
first. The best preparation was that first kid, and
Yeah.
then the second kid's a little easier than the third. What would be, I guess, some of the most fulfilling things, or even surprisingly fulfilling things about raising Evan?
Well, I told this to Patty the other day. I have to understand that Evan's more capable than I let him be. He's more capable of doing things. I tend to hover a little too much, and so he got a new toy, and it's a Star Wars toy, and I was trying to guide him along with it and everything, and then I kind of stepped back and I just had to kind of let him do it on his own, and he came out, and it's a little mechanical toy that you can steer around, and I was trying to, like I said, guide him and help him with everything. And I just left him alone. A little while later, he came out and he was steering it and driving it around and everything. So,
That's great.
he's more capable. So,
Yeah, he's like, "Dad, I got this, man."
pretty much, yes.
Stay tuned for more after the break.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Ever wonder what it takes for wild birds to survive the longer, colder nights of winter? They can't just turn up the thermostat or throw on an extra blanket. Winter Super Blend from Wild Birds Unlimited provides a super boost of energy and fat, essential for winter survival. Stop by our store to learn how you can help the birds this season and how you can attract more beautiful birds to your yard. Wild Birds Unlimited. More birds, more joy.
Hi, I'm Chuck Dronan, Managing Member at Epledollin Retirement and Assisted Living. It's been a tough year for all of us, but especially for those working and living in senior care facilities. Over the course of these many difficult months, our staff at Epledollin has been vigilant in adhering to federal and state guidelines to protect and assure the safety of our residents and their caregivers. If you're in need of assisted living for a loved one, give us a call at Epledollin. We're here for you.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
My job is to educate my client, help them navigate a system that is difficult and complicated. It is my job to tell their story and to convince either a court, a judge, or 12 jurors of the appropriateness of our request. It's the great leveler. It's the only leveler, because the least powerful can gain the remedy they deserve that the law provides for them.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back. Let's get right back to my interview with Frank Cohn and his son Evan, who has special needs. And so Patty works for the school district?
Yes, she does.
Okay, and so you spend most of your time together, really.
Okay, you want a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The two of you, other than the Lego stuff and you know, your photography hobby, what do you guys spend your time doing?
I spend my time reading. Like I said, Evan spends some time in his... Okay, I'll give you a guess there. You doing good?
Yeah.
Okay, he spends a lot of time in his room. He plays the Lego video games. He watches TV. Probably watches too much TV, but with everything going on, it's I watch too much TV too.
Yeah.
But he plays a lot of games, and Patty will agree with me. Evan plays the Lego games, and it's kind of you hands off. You give him the controller and do the game. He's very adept at operating the game systems and everything like that. But like Patty and I, if we try to play with him with the games, you know, our characters go in a little circle and everything, and Evan's moving along and everything. So that's all.
That's great. And Evan, what's your favorite thing to do? Is it playing video games or Lego, or do you have a favorite food?
I would say it's Lego.
Okay.
Yeah, is it Lego?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I read to him every night.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So.
Oh wow. What are you reading right now?
We're reading a mystery. It's called a Premeditated Myrtle. It's a mystery that takes place in Victorian England. It's a kid's book, but it's pretty good. So.
That's great. Awesome. And Evan, do you have a certain Lego that you want for your birthday coming up here?
Okay.
Probably something with Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Have you guys already done the Millennium Falcon?
I know we have not done the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
My son-in-law and I want to do the Star Destroyer.
Oh,
But it's $700.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
They can be very expensive. Yeah.
How many pieces is that one? Because the Millennium Falcon, I know, was
I think
the biggest.
it's either like I want to say it's 5 or 6,000 pieces.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. There's a new one out that's the at. Not that one. It's much bigger than that one, and
Sure.
I think that's close to 10,000 pieces.
Wow. Do you think you could do that one, Evan? The 10,000 piece Lego?
With a little help from me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I don't really have any other questions for you guys, but is there anything else, really what I wanted to do this interview is to showcase, what I think is a really beautiful relationship and a unique relationship, but one that I think more people in America and in this town maybe have than people actually realize.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a family member with special needs, you don't realize how they're everywhere in our community.
They're everywhere in our community.
Exactly. And so I think it's really important to acknowledge that and acknowledge this kind of a really special relationship that you guys have that, like I said, I've seen, via your social media, you post about Evan, you post about your guys' Legos and your Lego builds and when you're out and about, and I really think that that's just a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, I have friends. I think they're kind of they're envious of our relationship because Evan is 32 years old, but I'm still. He gets up in the morning, I get a hug. At night, I get a hug, and and other kids do that too. But I'm just saying it is special. It's special to me and Patty.
Yeah, and we have a 13-year-old, and that's the last thing she wants to do. Is
Of course. Yeah.
So that's
my daughter. I remember when my daughter was 13 years old. So, so does Patty.
Yeah, she's like, no more affection.
Yeah. Erin's in Ellensburg. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Erin your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she your big sister or little sister?
Yeah.
Little sister.
Little sister.
But she's kind of taken on the role as the big sister.
Yeah.
So.
Great. And so you guys have 2 kids?
2 kids. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
And in fact, when they graduated, Evan graduated. He got to go to school until he was 21, but Erin and Evan, they walked at the same time to graduation.
Oh,
and
great.
Erin sat with Evan through the graduation and helped him out. It was great.
That's sweet. Well, send me some of these photos so I can put them in there.
Okay.
And when we're talking, I can put them overlay them.
Okay.
Because that'd be really great to see.
If I can find them.
Oh. Well,
I'll send you some photos.
Yeah.
I'll find some.
That'd be great. Awesome.
I'll send you when they were kids too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Okay. I know where those are. So.
Great. Well, is there anything else that either of you, Evan or Frank, would like the community to know about your story?
Yeah.
We'll just keep going on doing what we're doing. We'll just keep doing that. I call it the Groundhog Day. We keep living Groundhog Day over and over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. Patty, do you want to say anything?
No, I think you did a great job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not live, so you can talk right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you said it was like the 51st states thing when we were on the phone.
Yeah.
Same day over.
Same day over and over again. Yeah. So.
And the one thing that I did slip my mind earlier was you were a torch carrier for the Special Olympics. Is that your dad was telling you?
Yeah. You know what year that was, Patty?
Oh gosh, it was probably 15 years ago, 18 years ago, because I think he was maybe middle school or high school.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Very cool. And what was that like for you? Was that exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was exciting. It was did they do it at the library?
They did it at the Courthouse Park.
Courthouse Park. Yeah, it was the Courthouse Park because it was the Summer Olympics or was it the Winter Olympics?
It would have been winter.
In winter, so yeah, but they do basketball and skiing and downhill skiing, and so they did it at the Courthouse Park. So
wow, very cool. And you gotta light the big torch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys both for speaking with me.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope it went well.
It did. It went so well. Frank and Evan have a special relationship, and I, for one, think it's inspirational to see that deep love and care that Frank has for his son. Caring for an adult child with special needs must come with its own set of challenges, but I have never seen anything but love and patience on display from Frank and Patty. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to showcase their story. I think that folks with special needs and mental disabilities are woefully underrepresented in the media. And their stories are rarely told by news outlets that have their sights set on the politicians, celebrities, and other scoundrels. And I get that to a certain extent. It's important for us to know what's happening at City Hall or in Olympia or in Washington, D.C. But it's also important to turn the lens on real people, average people like Frank and Evan from time to time. Why? Because there is great beauty there and lessons to be learned. Evan has a beautiful soul, and it's inspiring to see his parents love and care for him. It's important because representation matters, and I hope that showcasing Frank and Evan may be that it will show others with special needs that they are not alone. I hope that it will provide inspiration and comfort to other parents of children with special needs. From time to time, when the weather is nicer, my wife and I take long walks, and sometimes we'll see Frank and Evan out and about, usually somewhere down by the estuary where Frank can photograph wildlife. One of the things I always feel when I see them together is admiration. Admiration for Frank and Patty and how they provide a stable and predictable environment for Evan. It might not seem extraordinary to you and me on the surface, but for Evan, it's everything. So thank you to the Cohn family for inviting me into their home and for telling me part of their story. What I hope that you, dear viewer, takes away from this episode is that everyone has dignity and everyone deserves to be loved and cared for no matter what, and also represented. I hope that it makes you consider what it would be like to be the parent of an adult child with special needs like Evan. By considering that scenario, I believe we can build up empathy, and empathy is key to building a happier, healthier, and more just community for us all. That's all for this episode of Common Sense. In the coming weeks, we'll meet an ultra-marathon runner for the second installment of our Stronger Women series and talk to the last director of the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce about the lessons she learned while at the helm and what the future holds for her. I'm Dominick Bonny. Join me next time for more Common Sense.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Country, land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. That'll sure get you thinking.
Get ready for fall and winter with a new or used truck or SUV from North Central Washington's four-wheel drive headquarters, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln on 3rd Street in East Wenatchee.
Land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, you're in Ford Country.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Who are you talking to? I told you, knock it off!
End the cycle. Call SAGE, Safety, Advocacy, Growth, and Empowerment. Get private, anonymous counseling. Learn how SAGE can help you. Receive legal assistance and protection. SAGE also offers a safe place for you and your children. Of course, a hug from Hank always helps. SAGE can help you move on with your life. Call SAGE today.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it. if you only had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties. Mary Maids, let us help. Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Corey with Rose Tractor, and you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.